the
I'm gonna pull up
conversations we
the
had about it.
screenshots and screen recordings I had because I was watching live when Max said, "Come on down."
Anything that's personal to your phones is still there. Any personal stuff, anything that seems to be on the web or out there, for general consumption seems to be missing. Even on Reddit, all the posts about the party look like user deleted posts, even though it's clear that the user still exists because they're talking about something else in other threads.
I guess it was a killer party.
I appreciate a good pun, but come on.
What about your assistant? Is your assistant still in town?
I mean, yeah, give him a call. This is the one that went and got a bunch of supplies like right before it started raining or whatever.
Right. Remember they are in the hospital now because they got hurt afterwards.
Oh yeah, well I should probably check on them anyway, so I'll act like I'm going to check on them.
Oh hey Max, how's it going?
Good. Wanted to check on you. How you holding up?
Oh wow, I'm all right. Just his ankle is really bad, but these nuns have been taking great care of me though at this hospital.
You're at the hospital.
Well, yeah, I've been here for. It was a really bad break.
Yeah. Well, make sure that the bills come to me, okay? We'll get you taken care of. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. How is the hospital? Is everything good? Like if
the meals are kind of bland.
Yeah. Hospital food. Yeah. But the nuns are fine?
Yeah, it's just kind of weird. Everyone's a nun. Well, not everyone, but not like the janitor, but all the doctors and all the nurses,
all of them?
Yeah.
Huh.
It's really cool. The charity's been in town for so long. I didn't think I have a chance of really. I didn't think I would have to be here ever.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Hold on one second, everybody. My partner's turned on the TV and I can hear it, and I hope you can't. So just grab that right quick.
Okay.
One second.
I think right now, Chris is actually taken out. He's got on he has a notepad and is drawing something on it because sometimes he gets ideas for sketches for he makes sketches to later make sculptures from, that kind of thing. And so he's got it's a little notepad, pocket notepad, basically. He's just sort of drawing something on. He's trying to figure out. I'm gonna have to do this in 3 dimensions to figure this out.
Yeah. So what about the incident, the party, right? She's still on the phone.
Yeah. Okay.
Where did that party happen? Did it happen at the hospital?
Yeah, we were at the hospital, and we really shouldn't have been there, but we were trying to be edgy, harassing some nuns and stuff, and
see the way. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, we shouldn't have been there, and then people got hurt, and that wasn't great either, right? So, but the hospital was operational when we were there, right?
Oh yeah, totally. That was the edge, We were flash mobbing like an open hospital, it was gonna be crazy, right?
Yeah. Definitely crazy. Getting in the way of medical care. I'm sure there were a lot of people who needed medical care, and we were maybe in the way. That's neat. Definitely a choice I would have made. No, great.
No, we were totally trying to edge out Logan Paul for stupid shit. It's gonna be great.
Yeah. I hate Logan. Ah, man, I should have punched him in the face when I had a chance. No, so this is the deal. someone was talking to remembered the party a little bit differently than, you and I remember the party.
Oh,
Right.
I mean, that's weird. I mean, were they high as fuck? I mean, what?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like maybe did anybody like spike the drinks or anything like that?
I mean, fuck. I mean, we had somebody hovering, like that, like, nobody spiked drinks that I know about, but like, let me call Maxine.
Oh, yeah. Cool. Yeah. Like, hey, and if you find anything else out, like if people are remembering it different than you and I remember it, like let me know what they say about it, because I'm trying to get my story straight. I get a lot of kind of flack for it. And I want to make sure that yeah. But hey, get better quick and let's get out of the hospital ASAP.
All right, yeah.
You deserve to be at home and more comfortable. Hospital beds suck, right?
Yeah, I mean it's not the best bet. Oh, Sister Ethel, are you here to do rounds again?
Oh no. You're there right now. Yeah, fuck. Okay. What if I came and saw you?
Oh yeah, I mean, like they're visiting hours, in the morning. I mean, if like you're like family, you can come overnight, but like they're really strict about that here.
Oh yeah, nuns. Yeah, I figure. Okay. We'll see what I can do. You know me.
Yeah, I'm in room 602.
602. All right. Sounds great.
Yeah.
Hit you later.
Yep. Bye.
Bye. Yeah. So she hangs up. My assistant remembers it exactly the way that the hospital was open and that we were partying at an open hospital. And then right before I got off the phone, he said that Sister Ethel was coming in the room. A little bit concerned about that.
And Chris will turn to Laurel. Wasn't that the one you talked to? And wait, is Laurel frozen? I fear
No.
they may.
No, I was double checking a note.
Okay. Oh, sorry.
I have a question for Max once you have a moment.
Yes.
Max, weren't you stream sniped by that one drama streamer? Do they still have footage?
Oh. Yeah.
I should know these things as a Turbo fan, Kortney thinks. That's what Kortney's thinking.
Oh yeah. Oh God, what's their name? I try to forget these folks. They're so irritating.
That's that one Valerie fanboy guy. Let me look him up, and then Laurel's just do on his phone. Sorry, that was just one of my notes that I forgot about. That's in all caps and is bold and red. It was very funny to scroll by. Drama streamer Lamau. Like that's literally what it says. Lamau. I'm sorry, I have a brand. Kortney the player loves internet drama stuff. Telling on myself, I'm sorry.
I love it too. I watch all of it, even if I don't know the YouTuber, and I'm like, I don't even know who this person is, but I'm interested.
Right? There are certain content creators I don't give a shit about, but I know all of their tea.
Yeah.
Like if I meet you, it's on site. Like
looking at you, HD podcast. I just watched like a 2-hour breakdown of like
God. I watched a really long thing about Dream, and I was like, good. Ruin his day. I'm sorry.
So are you trying to look up and contact this stream sniper?
I'm gonna see if they have like an archive first, and then I want to like be weird on Twitter to them after.
They do have an archive. They've gotten their content has like changed like radically in the past like 2 days.
In what way?
It all think like, it went from like stream sniping and shit talking to like fucking Charlie Day on a cork board with red strings. Like just
I don't know why I thought you were going to tell me they became a DIYer, but I like this more conspiracy path. Okay.
they've got a video up like nuns rule the world, and like they're like their last video is like a TikTok short. Like, I know I'm not crazy. I was at a busted down hospital, and everything was fine. And now everybody's telling me the hospital's always there. Like, just like he's been like the only way I can keep up is to keep the content flowing. The only way I can keep the truth out is to keep the content going, because they're trying to shut us down. I know the truth.
Okay, that is perfect. I'm a DM. He's got to have his Twitter DMs open.
Oh yeah, his Twitter DMs
Oh
open.
hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if I have to roll for this, but I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna write up a message like, "Hey there, we met briefly, but I am Valerie's current bodyguard in charge," just like a teensy bit of a lie. And I'm noticing some similarities between what you understand about an event that happened at this hospital a couple of days ago that seem to be very different than what the general public knows. I'm currently here now, and it's not at all the hospital I remember visiting those days. Are you available for a conversation?
Perfect.
It's like literally like like 1 whole minute passes, like DM. Oh my God, you know the truth. You know what's up.
Oh my God.
Like ping, 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 ping.
Excited. I'm just gonna give the address for the diner nearby. Do you guys want to meet with him it's still evening, right? So that could be like our breakfast.
Yeah, I mean it's open 24 hours.
Perfect.
So he remembers He remembers it?
He seems to be. And then I pull up one of his like conspiracy takedown videos.
Okay. All right, that's good. That means it's not what I was thinking it might be, which is, I mean, it still might be involved, but that's good.
Thinking it what? What's that, Chris?
I was worried. Okay, look. We didn't leave the labyrinth the same way we came in.
Oh.
I don't know if that matters or not. But this is why I've been drawing, and he shows it, and he shows you on the notepad. He's been drawing what he remembers of the structure of the labyrinth. He's been drawing like a little map.
That shit makes your head hurt.
I don't even remember how I got in, but this could be useful.
I have to puzzle this out. But yeah, but if you remember, he wasn't with us. That's the thing. He wasn't with us. So we might still be in the right place, is all I'm saying. Might just be that they changed time or something like that.
They changed time?
How did you guys get into the labyrinth again? Because I was just there.
Yeah, that's true. You were just visiting, like the nun was.
I fell through some floorboards. If I remember correctly.
Yeah,
y'all went through a door or something, right?
Yeah. Okay. So the fabric was. Oh God, I can't believe I'm about to say this out loud. Are we just sort of standing on the corner near the hospital as we're talking about this?
Oh, 100%.
100%. You guys are having a breakdown at your hospital.
And I think, Val is just taken off, I think, at this point, probably.
Val's like, you know what? This is bullshit. You guys need to figure your shit out. I gotta go.
Yeah.
She ate an entire cheesesteak and found out she was lactose intolerant,
Well, who knows? But yeah, he's going to be like, yeah, okay, I can't believe I'm about to say this out loud, but the fabric was very thin, I think. Okay? Fabric of reality was very thin. It was, I thought until now, I thought it was maybe a metaphor and that maybe I was just kind of, I had an overactive imagination sometimes. But sometimes, I felt like I always felt like I've been in touch with certain things. That's why I go on your ghost hunts sometimes, Max, and so I kind of looked further than I think I've ever seen before. When I was down in that hallway underneath Mr. Fury's house. And I was at the stairs and I heard something and I could feel there was something pursuing that turned out to be the Minotaur. It wasn't Mr. Fury, he was a Minotaur or something. I couldn't quite tell what he was, and I was trying to see what he really was. And that's when the labyrinth just opened up beneath me and we all fell into it. I know that sounds kind of crazy.
Honestly, you could tell me that you were really a anthropomorphic bunny and that everyone was made of bubble gum, and I would believe you because I'm not sure I can trust myself or what I perceive as reality.
Well, as far as I'm aware, I'm neither of those things. So there's that at least. But I'll let you know if either of those things start showing up.
It's a theory, and I don't think it's a bad one.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure. Well, and there was something that the nuns wanted. Apparently, that one nun, not Ethel, but the one that from your phone, that was in the labyrinth, was also in that group. Wanted something and was visiting the labyrinth in her dreams, like you were. Chris says to Laurel. And maybe, I don't know if acetylene is with them, working with them, or what their relationship is, but since they've got hallways, Z and Fury have like hallways connecting their houses, I kind of have to assume they're doing something together. But I have no idea what they're doing or what's going on or how they change time or if they used the labyrinth to change time, but I was worried for a second because it was there is things and images in that labyrinth that are chained to everybody's destinies, Val's especially. And I kind of thought that maybe it had something to do with time shifting. I'm not sure. I kind of have to sculpt this out to be sure. Possibly. Don't know if that's a good idea or not, but it's all I've got. But no, this person that Laurel you just contacted, right? They saw it too. They remember the abandoned hospital too.
Apparently, like, look at how many videos he's uploaded, and
Yeah.
it's like 3 a day for the last 2 days, and they're all like an hour long.
It's more than 3.
More? Ooh.
Because some of his videos actually are getting taken down, and he's like, he has this constant theme of the only constant is like, well, other than he knows the truth, is that he has to keep making content because to outrun what he calls the brush.
Okay, so he's the type to have like a main channel, a backup channel, and a spam account. So
Yeah.
that, okay. Oh, I know those types. This man is tired. He has not slept.
I have to outrun the brush. They're trying to sweep me off. They're trying to take it down. They're trying to take down the truth. I know. I don't know how Val's connected, but I was there.
I feel like that is a video we just played, and it looks something like this. I know the truth. I know it.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm anticipating.
Yeah.
So
Perfection.
we've arranged for him to meet us
Mhm.
I'm gonna say in the morning because I think everyone in this group needs to recover. We need some air. Maybe there's something in the air. We've been out. Have you guys been home recently? Any of y'all?
No, and I have to be totally honest when I say I'm not looking forward to going home because it's just me there.
Well, and then Laura would flash his like access card thing that Val gave him. Since I was hired, do you guys just want to go pit stop at Val's place on Val? I could get a car to pick us up. Perks of being a bodyguard.
Yeah. Yeah, it might be a good idea to go to Val's place, but then I have to see Val.
Well, this is an extra place that Val got you. So it's not even Val's place. It's an extra place.
All expenses paid place.
Hell yeah. If it's not Val's place and I don't have to see Val, I just need a little time. Just a little bit of time.
Cool.
Yeah. Sounds good. I gotta say, I just met you, Laurel, but I feel good about this friendship, and Christopher and I have been friends for a while, so I think this is a good arrangement.
Yeah, I appreciate it. And then he turns and just smiling, blushing, and arranges the car.
So
yeah,
I need to. I don't know if I'm going to be able to sleep tonight. Probably. I've got to try to work something out in my workshop. What time? How late is it?
We'll say it's just after midnight. So I mean, you could get some sleep. You discharge is like at 7 a.m. for a seedling.
Yeah. So.
Well, I told that guy to meet us here at 9. If you want to meet here at 8, at least we could all get some like fresh clothes, wash up a bit.
Yeah.
Laurel gestures at himself, looking like kind of a mess.
I'm gonna try it. I think I'll be okay. I'm gonna try to get some sleep if I can. But I've got to try to get some of this out of my head first, or I just need to try to get some of this out of my head.
No judgment, dude. We all know when the muse calls you, you gotta respond.
Oh, muse is an interesting word for it.
I understand. Can you keep your phone on you though?
Yeah, no, sure. Yeah, no, absolutely. We can keep a line open if you want to keep chatting. I can talk while I'm doing it if you need to even.
Just try to keep it nearby in case I'm feeling anxious and we need a call, because I know you're capable.
No. Well, I appreciate that vote of confidence. But just as long as you folks are going to be okay. I have a lot I got to work out right now. And it's easiest if I have access to metal when I do that.
Sure. Totally get it. All right. So the car's on its way. Laurel and I are going to go to Val's.
Yeah.
Christopher's going to go to his workshop.
Okay. So the car comes. It is a black sedan. It shows up. The driver steps out, nods at you because you are known to this driver, and they bid you to step inside. And they will whisk you away to the lap of luxury.
I imagine this is one of Val's low-key places, but it looks cursed. You know how rich people love that minimalist aesthetic?
Oh yeah, all the walls are white, and everything is kind of like, it's kind of like almost like weird like cubism kind of vibe.
Yeah,
And
weird like primary colored statues and like silver chrome shit that doesn't make any sense.
yeah, like there's this like, you know, kind of it's like 15 deer all ran into each other, like this set of like chrome colored antlers over the fireplace, and you know and the floors have this kind of like eggshell, this kind of like eggshell color, but it's carpet, but not quite carpet because like it's actually woven into the floor. It's not like a rug though. It's like if somebody had a really bad weave, and then but it was a carpet, right? And that carpet, but it was also eggshell.
Very specific image. I love it. Everything's controlled by an app. Like curtains rise, fall. We've got televisions popping out of things. The fireplace turns on.
Yeah, nothing is actually. It's all about, you know, like reducing clutter in the space. So like everything pops out of something. You know, everything in the kitchen is hidden. You actually have to like, you know, tap buttons to see the fridge or for the cooktop to appear. It actually is under a thing and it kind of goes, and then it comes up.
So fancy.
It's a little excessive. I haven't had a chance to sleep here yet, but it does have 2 bedrooms. Yeah, and there's like all kinds of
the Marlo style beds where they have to come out of the wall.
Oh yeah. But I imagine it's got like basic apparel and then high-end stuff. So feel free.
Yeah.
Use what you need. There is a bathtub in the shower, which is a little weird, but if that's your vibe, I'm going to be in my room for a minute. And then Laurel looks up how to use a stun gun because he still doesn't know how to use this thing. So he's going to watch a quick tutorial.
Yeah, well, you know,
on how to use a stun gun.
Yeah, it's actually a Russian guy who's wearing a Adidas tracksuit, and you know, he's like, you know, he calls himself Black Man.
Oh my god.
And yeah, he's first thing you do, check for charge. All right. Now check for model. Is it shooting grip or is it pointy stab? Huh? The model you have has a secondary function for actually popping out tines on people, but you actually can also just no, you know, like jam it onto somebody.
Cool.
And you know, because this is kind of like a jackass kind of deal, he actually has a friend to shoot with both modes. Yeah, they are both sitting around with their Adidas tracksuits near like a fucking like golf that has seen better years. And they are tasing each other with this fucking gun in this instructional video.
Incredible. Definitely following along until they do the da 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 da. So that is part of Laurel's evening, and then sorting out clothes and gonna take a shower.
Cool.
Yeah, I think Max is gonna try to find the biggest, nicest tub to take a bubble bath or.
Yeah, there is this thing that's definitely in what's definitely a bathroom, and that is definitely as big as a hot tub. It's kind of excessive. That's because that is all. When Val said, you know, when Val explained, when the character Val was explaining to me, it was like extra on top of extra. So, yeah.
Sounds Val approved.
Yeah.
So yeah, you are in this hot tub sized bathtub that still also has a shower, which makes no fucking sense.
Hell yeah. Yeah, Max is definitely gonna take a bath, but she's leaving all of the lights on rather than like trying to like make like mood lighting in the room or anything like that. You know, like a relaxing bath might have mood lighting, I suppose. But she is very much still kind of freaking out. Like occasionally she'll go and look in the mirror before she gets in and like check her like her neck and then look at like, you know, look at herself and make sure like she's not seeing any marks on
Yeah,
her body.
you are mark free.
She just like she'll just touch her neck, like even though she knows nothing's there, and just be like, it feels okay. And then she gets in the tub and just relaxes for most of the evening. Maybe tries to scroll through social media, decides not to do that, does the whole I'm gonna read a book on my thing, and then that doesn't last very long, so ends up playing a phone game. Like, she's just trying to do anything to keep from thinking.
For the evening, you are successful at taking a bath and just trying to banish away the terrible night.
Nice. Definitely what Max needs.
Gotta make him fresh for the next terrible shit.
Yeah. I had a quick question.
Mhm.
Do you Marlo, did you want to talk to Chris before we meet up again, or do you want to just do it around when we meet up again?
She probably will shoot the odd text message, stream of consciousness sort of text message. Like, she'll text him, because Max is a very anxious person already, so I don't think this is totally out of the norm for her, but she'll text 3 or 4 times in a row, saying like a sentence at a time. And it's really just kind of like you hear ping, 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 ping. Like, this is Max's, like, this is already your MO, and now she's nervous, so you're adding that on top of it.
Oh, jeez. So I mean, it's if it looks if so Chris is going to be, while he's sculpting, he's going to be back at his workshop sculpting. While he's going to monitor the messages, because he wants to make sure everything's okay. But if it looks at any point as though it's getting if it looks as though if it's getting bad at some point, then he'll call. But if it doesn't look like it's getting bad, then he'll just sort of leave it while he's and just read the messages, and occasionally a little, when he can get back to the phone, text back to just sort of do the sort of general responses type deal.
Does Chris have a move for making art, for expressing himself?
He does, in fact.
I would like you to make first I'd like you to make an expression roll, and then a pierce the veil roll.
Oh boy, here we go. Well, so first off, the move that involves art is just do you want me to do the art move, or do you want me to do the
art move first?
Okay.
Right, well, so whatever the art move is, the art move.
So it's forbidden inspiration. Whenever you dive deep into your art and allow yourself to be inspired by the truth, roll plus soul. And that would be kind of what this is.
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah.
So this is where he's trying to very foolishly make a little 3D model of the labyrinth. I'm sure this will go well.
I mean, it always does.
It always does. Making it out of metal, and so probably not a lot of actual welding going on with this one. This is probably using smaller. This is a small scale, so so there might be a little bit of soldering and stuff going on like that, but he's not. This is he's not like he would do with huge pieces. This is one of the smaller pieces. And I'm just filibustering until I can open my character sheet and see what my soul is. Okay, yes, there it is. All right, 2d10. Here we go. Okay. So that is. Hang on just a second. I just want to make sure that I understand what I'm doing. Yes. Okay. So I got a Just this PBTA, I picked the highest of the two, or do I add them together? I add them together, don't I?
Yep,
That's right.
you
Okay.
do. You certainly do.
My brain is gone. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, I just made it. So I choose two options. And the options are enticement, visions, or inspiration. I do not wish to do enticement. Because enticement is entice an entity to come to you. I don't want a visitation right now. But visions see through the illusion into a specific place of your choice. And inspiration, which is ask the GM if there's anything strange or supernatural about the situation you're in, and the answer will be revealed through your art. So, just whatever order you would like me to, we would like to do that in.
I mean, whoever's clever for you, go ahead.
Okay. And so I guess the question is, am I trying to see into the hospital or am I trying to see into the labyrinth? I'm probably trying to see into the damn labyrinth. That's really what I'm trying to learn more about the labyrinth and if it affected. I'm trying to find out if we went the wrong way out or if it's just that there's how it's connected to what's going on here, essentially, if it's connected at all. And just to try to get a better grip on the foundation of what's happening here. So that's the specific place is probably the labyrinth because I'm an idiot. Not trying to go there, just trying to see it. But, who knows what'll happen.
While you look this up, can I show you guys what my food is? I'm so mad. My roommate got me a kid's meal quesadilla and they sent me an empty tortilla with no cheese and put the steak on the side.
What?
This is my quesadilla. I'm so pissed. Where is... Sorry. So if I'm making faces, that's why. Please forgive me. That's my brief intermission. And the steak is cold. I'm so upset.
That's an atrocity.
It's unacceptable.
Sorry you're dealing with that. I take my
This is-
quesadillas very seriously.
I wanted cheese. That was the whole point.
I mean, it's in the name.
So I figured this is probably the same level of madness that everyone in the game is going through. Like, what is this?
So you are you're looking, your hands are teasing, folding, shaping this metal, and there comes a point where your ability to do appeasement text backing with Max is not really possible as you are in the throes of your creation. And you end up with this like larger than the metal you worked with would suggest, this 3D twisting construct, and on the edges of it you have a spire, a spire nodule, and another one is reminiscent of the desk you saw, and there are chains, and there are like little chain links, but it all seems to come back to this Gordian knot of a labyrinth that you have created in the middle of it all. And in your vision, you can see, the chains, twisting through the chain links and lengthening in your mind and connecting themselves to something totemic that you think could be Val. And you see that these, and you also can see the spire somewhat represents the hospital.
Mm.
And you have a feeling that this labyrinth sits not just under the street, but maybe under the city.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. There it is. Okay. So I think it's like, it's been like an hour or two since the last response that I gave. And the only text you get after the hour is just, that comes back, shows up on Max's phone is, I think I can see it.
Yeah, Max has sent about 10 messages. See what? Christopher, I'm going to need you to tell me what you saw. Chris, what did you see? Chris, what did you see? You, all in caps.
Do you
Chris.
Do you want me to show you? Question mark.
Well, yeah.
Pause. There's 3 dots. As though writing and erasing.
3 dots.
Are you sure? Question mark.
No. But I gotta know.
Just for my sake, are you doing this while doing your bubble bath, Max?
I think she's probably gotten out by this point and is probably like sitting on the bed cross-legged, like staring at her phone intently.
Cool. Just double checking for my own mental image.
Several dots. Like, okay. And against my better judgment, I'm going to take a picture of the Labyrinth model and send it to Max.
Max looks at it.
It may take a couple of pictures because of...
Yeah, I imagine you gotta get from multiple angles.
Yeah.
Max looks at this and like there's no dots for a bit as she's like inspecting it and like zooming in, zooming out, looking at it, turning it left and right. Like she's and analyzing these pictures and flipping and doing it with the same, the next one. And
yeah, this it's like a twisting Gordian knot of metal, but then there are like weird kind of like spikes that come off of it, and those spikes lead to nodules of other metal. Like one's a spire, one is a kind of like a cube, the other one is a chain, like a very small chain links that seems very intricate. Like has he like almost like he had to have been working on this for days, you know, and he's just finishing it up probably, right?
yeah, how long did it take you to do this?
He just goes back and he checks the time. He's like, about 2-3 hours.
Okay, I don't know much about all this, but this in all caps had to take longer than that.
There's no response for a few seconds. And then all you get back is the response, shit.
Okay, well, so you got it modeled out. What now?
I probably have something. I probably have an app that I can do this on, where I can grab the picture, and ooh, oh no, sorry, I just saw a message. I have, oh dear. So I probably have an app where a very simple graphic app where I can like add labels to a picture. I would think maybe. So I'm just going to really quickly just put I'm just going to put a couple of words on it with arrows pointing, and an arrow pointing to the spire that says hospital, and an arrow pointing to the cube that says desk, and then a couple of arrows will just above on one of the above shots, just pointing out to either end of the labyrinth structure, and both of those arrows come from the word city.
Oh, okay. So you're saying that this one she sends is like a voice message. So you're saying that this labyrinth goes throughout the city, not just that neighborhood, right? Sid.
Thumbs up emoji.
Another voice message. Neat, cool, that's fine, totally fine, absolutely fine to know that wherever we go, that weird minotaur can get to us. Neat, love that for us.
IRL, if I ever send a voice memo and I just get a thumb back, I'm tilted.
There's also you're gonna get a few little dots. In light of this new information, you're gonna get a few little dots. I keep knocking over my dice tower. I'm so sorry for those of you hearing clatters directly under my microphone. I apologize. But there's little dots and for a bit, and then it says briefly, I think I can hear it.
Christopher, I'm gonna need you to not say weird cryptic shit to me right now. That's what I'm gonna need you to not do. You've made a beautiful model. Cool. I'm worried about you because you must be the Flash to have made this that fast. And on top of that, you saying now that you're hearing it. What does that mean? What are you hearing exactly?
Let's see. And so just sort of we'll take a second. You're gonna get a voice message back, an audio message back, and he's gonna be like, it's very faint. Can you hear this? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. It's very faint. There's something about it, that it's. I think something's trying to. It's very faint. It might be okay. I hope. I think. I don't know if you can hear this or not. Okay, I think it stopped. But it's in touch with something. The vibrations of this thing underneath the city. So that's. I think what's happening. I think maybe. Anyway, that's what I'm talking about. I'm here. It's not clear. Whatever it maybe was a little kind of like it was maybe a whisper. It was sort of like halfway between a whisper and like when you play like a musical saw a little bit. You know, you play a saw with a bowstring, that kind of thing. A little bit for just a second, maybe. Anyway, that's what I was talking about. Don't know if you could hear that. Send.
Did I hear it?
No.
Oh God.
Oh no.
Christopher, I'm gonna go to Laurel's room and knock politely on the door so I can replay this voice message for Laurel to make sure I'm not crazy.
You find Laurel just like laying there with the pillow over his head because he wants to sleep, but he can't. And he gets a little startled when you enter. Oh, hell, hi, your door's open.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
Didn't mean to intrude.
You're a guest. You can do what you need to do. What's up?
Thanks. I've been talking with Christopher, and he made something that's interesting. But first, I want you to hear this voice memo that he sent me. This little voice message he sent me. Tell me if you can hear something in the background, because I don't.
Okay.
And he's adamant that he hears it. And she plays it.
Can I do a soul check on this?
Oh yeah, sure.
All right, that's 2d10, right?
Yep.
I'm remembering. Okay. 4 + 3, 7.
There's a moment where you think you hear something. And then you have this terrible headache, and your brain flashes back to the rampage of the Minotaur, tossing the icy axe across the room.
So I thought I heard something, but now I just suddenly have the worst headache of my life, and I feel like a weird chill, kind of like memory. But I didn't like hear anything distinguishable.
So this is what Chris made, and we haven't been apart for long enough, it seems like, for something like this to be made. And she shows him the pictures, to kind of, am I crazy? Like this?
You made this tonight?
Yeah.
All of it?
That's what he said.
Alone?
I didn't ask that.
Does he have, this looks like something that, you know how those glass blowers work where they draft a concept and they have all these assistants make the pieces? It's giving that kind of, there's no way. This is a lot. How big is this?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I don't, I just looks like it might be pretty dang big, huh?
Yeah.
Or is it small?
No, it's not too big. This is a small model.
It's small. It's a small model. It's a lot.
Yeah. It is carryable, but it's probably
especially if you work with metal. That's kind of
probably
hefty.
awkward.
Awkward, yeah. Awkward's a good word for it.
Is he okay, Max?
I don't know. Christopher's always been a little bit eccentric. Kind of what I thought was cool about him. It's like,
I've seen him a few times as like a nice guy around town, but I had no idea. This is a lot. Should he be alone right now?
I that's what I'm thinking. But I don't know if we can entice him to leave that.
I don't know where he stays, but should we check on him?
Yeah,
or is that invasive? I don't know.
Would I know where his studio is, where he does his work?
Yeah, probably. If I've ever done a piece for you, then probably. Or if I've ever, if we ever worked on something like that.
I'm just gonna text him. Laurel and I are coming.
To get ready, Laurel's gonna dart to the fussy kitchen and what's his coffee order, and is gonna get people some caffeine because we're not sleeping tonight. It's just
a brief pause and okay, it's are you sure? Question mark.
Yeah, I feel like we need to talk in person.
Oh. Okay.
I just want to make sure you're okay.
Thanks. And there's a pause to say, thanks, I appreciate it. I think I'm all right. If but if you want to come over, that's fine.
I do. Smiley face. But not the normal, like just like the one with like two eyes and a smiley mouth. The one that like just looks like it's very much kind of like a smile, but like a kind of smile.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah, and I imagine Christopher's probably a black coffee kind of guy. Is that an accurate assessment?
I think probably, yeah. Yeah, I imagine so.
Cool. Laurel's loading up a backpack of all of the grab and go snacks, sweet, savory, salty, making some coffees. And then as he runs out the door, realizes he's still in his jammies and puts on a nicer outfit. It's kind of like a suit, like a real bodyguard. So he'd be looking fresh to death with a backpack full of food.
A suit. Hopefully we don't have to do any well, I'm sure it'll be fine.
I figured I'd look the part.
It looks good. You look great.
Thanks, Max.
Yeah, and we're gonna get over to his place because Max is very concerned about this.
Chris has probably tried and failed to take a cat nap while waiting for them. He is so I imagine Chris's place. He stays in like an apartment, but he's allowed as part of and so he's got but he has access to a kind of a space that he's turned into a workshop. That's also like down sort of in the garage area. I think that this thing is probably by now moved this thing up to his apartment.
All right.
And from the workshop, because the workshop has the art car in it. That's and then some of the bigger pieces. So when you so it probably takes a second. He doesn't have any fancy. He lives in a he does not have money. So it's not a very fancy place. It's just, you can go up a set of stairs and you knock. And after a minute or two, you see him sort of hang on, and he comes over, and he's like, you see him sort of unchains the door, and he opens it, and he's like, hey, sorry, come in.
Yeah.
All right. And you come in, and there's stuff. Probably it's not hugely. I mean, it's actually his place is usually kind of well organized because it kind of has to be for what he does. It's a little bit less than that right now. But he's been hastily picked. It's one of those things where he hastily picked things up and shoved them in a corner type deal. And it's sort of like on like his coffee table is sitting so he's got like a probably a very sort of small sort of living room. It's got a coffee table and a little sort of sofa that turns into a futon type. I imagine he doesn't really have it's a studio apartment, isn't it? I forgot about that. It's so it's all one big room, right? And in the living room area, where there's the sitting futon, there's also this coffee table that has this sculpture on it that he has just created. That is the model of the Labyrinth, or what he remembers of it anyway. And he's like, "Hey, thanks. Thanks for coming. You folks doing okay?"
Yeah, we just want to make sure you're doing all right.
I mean, as well as can be expected, I guess. Oh, God.
You look like you need this. And then Laurel would hand you a coffee and a little bag of mini blueberry muffins.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
I mention it.
Yeah. He will set said things aside. He'll set the muffins aside. He'll pick up the coffee. He'll put the muffins actually on the table, No, he can't. There's no room. There's a labyrinth on the table. He'll put the he'll put the muffins on the kitchen aisle and open them up in case anyone wants any. But he'll primarily just take the coffee. And he'll be like, you see, he's been sort of, he's kind of like, he's a little disheveled because he's been working, but he's doesn't have any he doesn't have any burn stains or anything like that because again, it's not much. But,
Well, so this is the first time you worked on this model, right? Tonight.
He goes over and sits across from it, just sort of staring at it as you're answering. Yep.
Look, I know you're very talented. This is a lot.
I don't know what happened. I'm going to be completely
you?
honest. I don't know what happened. I started working on it. It was going to be a lot simpler than this, and then it wanted to be more complicated. And it kind of had to be, given the source material, and I just kept going, and I felt like a lot of time was passing, but I kept looking up at whenever I looked at the clock, not a lot of time had passed. I'm not really sure kind of what that means, if anything.
Yeah.
I don't know if it might have something to do with the subject matter, possibly. But this thing exists. I think the good news is, I think we're still, I don't think it matters what way we left, probably.
Okay.
Because this thing stretches out underneath the whole damn city.
Where is the part where we entered and came out? Should we mark that on here? And
I think
Laurel's
that's,
leaning into it.
that's over here, and he points to a spot. He probably put some sort of marker on there for where the houses were, or where he thinks the houses might have been, which may or may not look like it's supposed to be part of the sculpture.
This goes kind of deep. So this is to scale and the model's done, right? This is huge.
Oh, it might not be fully to scale. No, I didn't have time to really measure that much out. And again, it was hard to tell what the scale was in the first place. So this is I just did the best I could to figure it out.
Okay. And then Laurel's like,
I mean, everything's in proportion to each other, obviously, but
and then he's gonna pull up a map of the city and hold it up. So where are we right now in here? Where's your studio situated above this?
See, the problem is there's 3 dimensions, but I'm guessing it would be sort of in this area.
Okay, that makes sense. And then the houses are over here, and he's pointing at the map on his phone. And the hospital's somewhere that way.
No, that's the spire. That was in there. The hospital, if it's represented both ways, then it's important for whatever reason. I don't know. These are the chains leading back to something. Not I don't know if it was that. I remember I saw something. Did I see the contract? I can't remember if I actually saw the contract itself or not.
You didn't see the
couldn't read
contract
it. It was
itself.
far away.
Yeah, you couldn't see the contract itself, but you did see the chains from the desk attaching themselves to Val.
Yeah. And that's the fate desk thing. Kind of. I think I saw it was under a tree, wasn't it? Or am I imagining that?
No, you're not imagining that.
Yeah, that's the tree. He's just sort of pointing to this sort of tree-like structure that's behind the box.
Okay, so when we fell into it, it didn't look like a lab. I mean, I guess it could have been, from our limited perspective, but then it's it kind of got more complicated upon our falling into it.
Yeah.
Seemed like maybe
Yes.
much more clear cut the first time.
Yes. Max, now that you're looking at it, and you're kind of looking at it fresh and new and not in a picture, make a soul roll, please.
Oh no.
I got soul, but I'm not a soldier. It's 2d6, right? That's what we roll in this game.
2d10.
2d10. Ah, yes, it's a d10 system. I love d10 systems because I never get to use d10s. Okay, that's 16. Plus you said soul 0, so 16.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so you're looking at this, and you realize that this Gordian knot he's made has like this like weird set of inner layers. Like there's like the striations on top, but like there's a completely separate set of inner layers that all kind of wind around on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
And as you stare, you feel yourself being laid bare. And the desire to embrace nothingness, to seek a greater truth.
I think it looks like Max is sort of disassociating in this moment as she's staring at it, and it's sort of her eyes are kind of going slack, and like she's looking at it, but she's seeing past it at something. And as she kind of like jolts and looks at everyone else, she's like, can we, once we get done with this, can we cover it up?
I think
I don't want to look at it anymore. It's kind of freaking me out.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. I think it was trying to tell me something or something. I'm not sure. There's something that.
Yeah, whatever whispering he was talking about, you can hear it here. You couldn't hear it over the phone. You can hear it here. It's just this kind of like nonsensical whisper. You'd have to get deeper to hear it.
Mm.
I think I can hear what you were talking about.
Okay, that's both good and bad.
Or at least if it's a delusion, it's a group delusion.
Yeah.
Christopher, was it worse when you were making it? Because you had to touch this thing.
I don't know if I have a scale for worse. My scale for worse is kind of off right now.
Well, do you mind if I touch it?
I mean, it's, you can sure if you want to. I just say be careful. There's, I don't know how, if this is like some kind of a focus or something. How, if there's some way some force is using it as a focus or is able to. It's very subtle, I think. I'm not sure. But yeah, I mean, if you want to go ahead, that'd be fine.
And then Laurel's gonna reach kind of for the bottom it to like kind of cup it in his hands and touch it, and then just give it like a subtle, just like kind of feeling the weight of it without lifting it up, type of thing.
Roll plus soul, please.
Oh my god.
12, 15. I can do math.
15.
Oh.
There's a moment when you can hear perfect nothingness. And there's something jars the table, and it's almost as if the sculpture is going to fall off the table. But you catch it in your hands, and it pricks you. And that small drop of blood that comes from your hand, or from your finger, really, drops onto the floor. And in perfect Laurel style, Laurel, your foot falls through the floor as the drop of blood expands into a swirling oubliette, and your foot falls to the floor, and you are very close to just falling into Absolutely nothing.
That's kind of one of those like throw it off, shake it off. Yeah, awkward noises you make. You know, when like the glass of milk is spilling and you can't quite grab it in time. Like that's all that Laurel does is that
do we see this?
reaction.
Do we see this? Can we help?
Absolutely, you see it. Yeah, it is this swirling. It's like I guess the best way to describe it would be if you had a pitch black hole and somebody was pumping a bunch of dry ice fog down into it. That is what is into the floor of your workshop, and your sculpture is teetering on the edge of it, and Laurel's foot has sort of fallen through it, and they are kind of like, cantilevered over this hole, which isn't quite big enough for their body to oblong fit over. So you're kind of like, it's like you fell into like a small sinkhole in a park.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right, so that's
more embarrassing than anything. Although I do know someone who shattered their ankle in a hole like that. So get your vitamin D and calcium, please.
Yeah, no ankle shattering, but that hole did come from the drop of blood that that was spilled from the slight prick of your finger from the sculpture.
Yeah.
When you caught it when the table jarred. It was all just a big old Rube Goldberg machine of nonsense.
I'm going to try to stabilize the sculpture also, just to like get it back to the
we
middle
should
of the
put
table.
This somewhere. This should maybe. How many people come by your studio? How many people have access to this place?
Well,
this seems.
Well, this was we were in the apartment, so the so.
Oh my bad.
Yes, the apartment. Yes.
Yeah. So it's a studio apartment though, so that's where the fun part comes in, as well. But he's like, little studio, big studio downstairs. So he'll be like, yeah, I can. I mean, there's a. This is too big for the. I mean, usually if in the studio it's locked, in here it's usually I lock things up. I can't really. I mean, I can cover it. He just sort of looks at the hole in is the hole in the floor still there?
Oh, absolutely. That hole should go directly down to your big studio, but it does not.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if not sure if the building's covered for this, but it says pointing at the hole. But yeah, I can. I mean, I don't really have any. I don't have like a locker I can put it in or anything like that, or I mean, could like rent a locker or something if I had to.
I'm just gonna suggest, and then Laurel just pushes the table that it's on away, and then I'm curious about something, and he walks over to the muffins and he grabs one and he drops it down the hole to see if perhaps we hear something or how far we can see it fall down before it disappears.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Fun.
And then, thank you.
Did Marl?
You're welcome.
Did you just feed an extra dimensional entity?
I don't know. I figured we weren't eating these and might as well see.
I mean, I guess that's fair.
I hope they enjoy it.
Do you think they would get? I feel like we should drop another one.
We got a few more. You want another one?
No response.
I'm just gonna.
Maybe they're good.
I'm just gonna drop a couple more. As soon as Chris said that, I was like, oh, too late.
Too late.
Maybe they can have it later.
Yeah. Well, it's better to be nice about it, I guess.
No, that's true.
I don't know how these things work, but I figured if
Yeah.
it's my blood dropped in there that made this, I'm
Yeah.
gonna be nice to it.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
The as you are waiting for a response or no response, a clay-like hand slaps itself on the edge of the hole,
Oh shit.
and we'll go to break.
Okay.
Excellent. All right. Perfect.
boy.
Wonderful. Excellent. I'm sure this is going to be just fine. We're making friends. All right. we will be back shortly. I think I have an interview queued up. So we're gonna go to that, and then we shall return. See you
All right.
shortly. Welcome to the break. I am here with Drac, and
Hey.
we're going to talk a little bit about a subject that I have a feeling is near and dear to both of our hearts, or multiples thereof, and that would be and that would be Doctor Who, and
Yeah.
also a particular game that you have been involved in.
Yeah.
And would you like to tell us a little bit about this game?
Yeah, I managed to put together and I play in a Doctor Who campaign called Doctor Who The Many Hearts Project. You play it over on the Lady May's channel every Monday, but it has been wild because so I've been a big fan of Doctor Who for a very long time. I think my first Doctor, I'm still very much a new Doctor kind of person. I arrived when I saw when Eccleston came back.
Yeah.
When Eccleston came to return as to bring back the Doctor. And that was my introduction to Doctor Who, and I kind of been hooked ever since when it just came to watching it. And it's been a while now, but when I was first getting to teach RPGs, one of the I think first 3 or 4 actual plays I watched was on Geek and Sundry called Eric Campbell's TBD RPG, and it kind of stuck with that name because Eric Campbell, great GM, great role player, I love him. He didn't know what system he wanted to run. He was just like, I'll just pick a system and run whatever. And I think I don't know the backstory behind it, but I'm pretty sure he picked the Doctor Who system by Cubicle 7 and fell in love with it and just had a whole campaign of that alone and just never changed the name from Eric Campbell's TBD RPG. But I watched that and I was like, oh my gosh, this is Doctor Who, which I love, and Teach RPGs, which is a new love of mine. I didn't know there was a thing that can combine. So since then, and this was a long time ago, I feel like this has been maybe 3 years ago, probably longer, like whenever Geek and Sundry was still around, because there's a show on there. And ever since then, I've been like, I really want to put together a Doctor Who campaign, or I want to play in one. And after a while, I started quickly realizing that not as many people were interested in or pitching the idea of playing a Doctor Who campaign than I hoped for me to insert myself into. So later, I think couple of months ago at this point, maybe 3 or 4 months ago, I was like, I'm gonna organize my own campaign so I can play in it. So I reached out to some incredible people, Super Dylan on Twitter, but Dylan, freaking adore them. They were the first ones to come to mind as a GM. They just immediately, I knew that they loved Doctor Who, and they just immediately gave me the right vibes to run a game of Doctor Who. So I reached out to them and they were very interested. And admittedly, we'd been working on trying to get this campaign going for a very long time compared to when it actually came out. We've had a lot of scheduling conflicts. It was the main thing. It was very hard. I mean, every TTRPG's worst nemesis is scheduling.
Oh yeah.
So for a very long time, we couldn't get schedules going. And also for me, a very big thing for me was that I wanted everyone to get paid for their time. So a lot of it was spent trying to find sponsors as well, which and at the end of the day found with the Lady May. The Lady May was kind enough to, out of their own funds that they've been saving for their channel, pay us to perform, which has been very cool. But after some time of shifting cast, because surprisingly enough, despite how great this cast is, and I adore them, honestly, I feel like this is the peak cast we could have picked. There was definitely some shifts and changes throughout the process because of just scheduling, like I mentioned. But yeah, we ended up bringing together the Many Hearts project, and Cubicle 7, the creators of the system, took very kindly to it. They've been really cool and supportive about it. They've been retweeting our tweets, sent us PDFs and stuff like that of content. We ended up getting the new doctors and Daleks before anyone else did, which is very
Oh,
cool.
Interesting.
Because they were very sweet about it. I don't have it. Actually, I have it with me.
Oh.
Yeah. I met with them at Gen Con and they gave me a free copy of the system, which is very
Oh,
nice.
wow.
They've been really, really supportive of us putting this together. So it's been really cool getting to play a game that all of us are passionate about. We all love Doctor Who and we all love TTRPGs, and then also getting the support of the very people creating it. So it's been great, but I get to play the Doctor. I'm the Doctor in that show, and we kind of have the running joke of not only am I the Doctor, but everyone else is a Doctor,
Yes.
as in a medical doctor or have a PhD in archaeology or xenolinguistics. It's been very fun messing around with that joke that, in my opinion, hasn't been done enough in Doctor Who. I feel like you could always have a fun Doctor and then all the Doctors turn around kind of
Yeah.
joke. But we decided to be the brave ones and really lean into it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
You're
been
right.
great. It's been a lot of fun.
They haven't done that a lot in Doctor Who. I think
Yeah.
that the last time I remember them doing anything with that was like with I think like Martha Jones a little
Yeah.
bit, just a tiny
Yeah.
bit. You would have that
Tiny bit,
happen,
yeah.
and then like possibly. And the last time I remember it happening prior to that was like with Liz Shaw or something. I think that's about as far back as I can remember.
Yeah.
But
They don't
yeah,
do
so-
it nearly enough.
Yeah, I know. It's good to catch that. Good because you've just sort of made that the premise. That is very cool. Just seeing, I watched the first. I've seen the first couple of episodes at this point. I need to get to the rest. But it does feel like watching an episode of Doctor Who when you're
It really
when you're
does,
watching
right?
it.
Yeah. Like, I think that's a testament to how great of a GM Dylan is,
Yeah,
especially with
absolutely.
shorter than usual runtime. Because we go
Yeah.
for 2 hours. Sometimes we
Yeah,
go
yeah.
a bit longer because of just general. We don't want to cut the story short. But for the most part, we try to stick it to 2.5 hours. And the fact that Dylan's able to make it feel so much like an actual Doctor Who episode has been wild. We have stars and wishes at the end of every episode, and we all the time our stars for Dylan is that it just feels like straight out of a Doctor Who episode, because it does every single time. It's incredible. I feel like it's very hard to do, but they nail it.
It's so nice. It's so neat. Now, it's interesting when I saw sort of the premise for this, and this will be something that's more relevant to people who are already Doctor Who fans.
Yes.
But it looks like you're doing kind of an alternate 12th Doctor.
Yes.
I'm wondering if you could share any of the decision process behind that. I'm just curious.
So it was a mixture of a few things. So first, I'm a big fan of Matt Smith's Doctor. That was the one where I'll admit, I think, and I feel like a few people can agree, he definitely had a shaky start, but I definitely he grew on me very quickly after that.
Yeah.
And he ended up becoming a Doctor that I really enjoyed, and I think his range of emotions was very fun to watch and interesting to watch, and also kind of relatable as well. So I ended up just feeling a really close bond to that. I felt like it would be way easier for me to follow that Doctor right after that one. And so that was the biggest part. The other part was that, like I mentioned, Eric Campbell, he'd run a Doctor Who campaign, and I believe he had not sponsorship, but like he had to speak because of how big Geek and Sundry were. They had to speak with not just Keyboard 7, but also the BBC. Because streaming IP is very weird. It's a weird space. So they had to talk to them, and one of the criteria they gave was like, it has to be an alternate universe. Like, you cannot continue from this Doctor. There has to be another universe where I think they continued from the 10th Doctor. No. Yeah, so I think it was Eccleston and then their Doctor. They had to pretend like David Tennant hadn't happened yet.
Yeah, okay.
Or wasn't going to happen. And I think that was their criteria, because they wanted to make it very clear that this is not, I can't think of a better word, but condoned. Like, it's not like it's a bad thing, but wasn't like endorsed by BBC. So they wanted to make that clear by doing that.
Yeah.
And obviously the Lady May's channel and us as performers, we're not as big as Geek and Sundry was. So like, I don't think we were going to ever get that issue. But just to be on the safe side, I wanted to already have that like criteria met, so that they can't come after us about IP or anything like that.
That's
So
very
so we
thoughtful of you. That's
end
great.
up because the last thing I wanted to do, especially with the lady with May like being kind enough to have us on their channel, the last thing I want is to get them in legal trouble.
Oh yeah,
So I
definitely.
was like, let me get ahead of it in advance. So we went with that instead. And also because I'll admit, Matt Smith's regeneration to Capaldi was the most tearjerker, like the bigger tearjerker I've ever experienced. Like David Tennant's is really good as well. Like David Tennant's I Don't
Oh,
Want
yeah.
to Go breaks
yeah.
me every single time. But Matt Smith's having it be in front of someone as well, I think hurt even more, because like not only seeing his reaction, but also the person that loves him, like their reaction to the change. So it was by far the most emotional. I thought it would be fun to like pick out right there.
Excellent. Well, no, that was brilliant seeing that, and it absolutely worked. I have to tell you that that worked out nice. It was so neat. It's so neat, folks. It's so neat watching Drac in this role, just because of the unmitigated glee that you get feeling off from it, and just the attention to detail, and the fact that you start off on the first episode. This isn't spoiling too much. This is in the first episode. You start off wearing basically the Matt Smith outfit, and then you go and change into something that looks kind of, if you'll forgive me, something kind of Colin Bakery slightly.
That was the purpose, yeah. Because they always have some kind of homage to the past Doctors. I feel like Capaldi definitely has an homage to. Oh God, I'm very bad with the names.
Several.
Yes, quite several of them. Like in his outfit alone, there's many homages. So I was like, I wanted one that was still very modern, but still referenced past Doctors. So that I honestly very much did that on purpose, and I'm glad that it came across that way.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Now that worked out so well. Yeah, I'd have to say Capaldi's parts of what they did for Capaldi is a little bit like John Pertwee, but at the same time,
that's it.
As far as outfit wise. But it's interesting because it's concealed. You don't see it until you see the lining. Basically.
Yeah, exactly. But it's always like little small things.
Yeah.
I remember when I was thinking about what I wanted, because I thought long and hard about what kind of outfit I wanted my Doctor to wear, because it's a big thing for them.
Yeah.
Like, everyone has a iconic outfit. So I remember thinking very long and hard. I looked up what other people's processes were when they were designing other Doctors' regenerations and their outfits, and all of them had some kind of like, this thing was a reference to this past Doctor, and I was like, I'm gonna keep in theme with that. I want to have something that's a reference to past Doctors. So I went with that very, very colorful, yellow, blue. Like I really loved it. I thought it also matches the energy that I wanted to come with that Doctor as well. So I went ahead with that.
Awesome. Well, I think that the only other thing I want to ask about is I will say I have not actually had a chance to look very much at the system for the Doctor Who RPG. I had the FASA game back in the day that they put out, and then I seem to remember the first time I tried to play it with a friend of mine, we just ended up stripping the rules out and coming up with something else, because it's like, oh, this is all I'm familiar with. I have this from Shadowrun. I remember this, so I'll put this in.
Yeah.
But it looks like you folks have really taken to it. How are you finding the system?
It's honestly really, really good. I think it's a really simple system, especially the second edition. So while we were organizing the game, we were using the first edition. And I will be honest, and I think Cubicle 7 realized this, especially from looking at the second edition, the first edition was pretty complicated with character creation. Once you got character creation done, it was pretty easy to play, but the character creation process was very long. I remember Nallo, one of the players that is on the game, we sat in a call together for maybe 2 hours trying to create our characters and trying to figure out what the system was and how to create our characters properly. But then I think honestly maybe like a couple of weeks before we were scheduled to like premiere, the new system like came out on PDF and in book form, and we're like, yeah, we're gonna switch. We're gonna check out this new system, and we're gonna check out this new edition, and we're gonna switch over. And it's infinitely easier. A lot of the like stuff that took a lot of the time in the first time, they stripped that away. They also still made it compatible with the previous edition, which is great. We ended up ditching our characters from the previous edition anyway, but it was nice to know that if we didn't want to, if we loved those characters we built, we could move it over to this one. But it's a lot easier to play with, a lot easier to, I imagine, GM from what Dylan has told me. It's honestly just like a different version. I feel like it gives me I guess powered by the apocalypse energy plus
nice.
powered by apocalypse plus some extra steps. Like unlike powered by apocalypse, you roll 2d6 and add one skill. Whereas with this, which is I believe the vortex system, you roll 2d6 and then add a skill and attribute, and that's what you get. There are story points, which are basically like not just re-rolls, but also bumps up the level of success. So a lot like powered by apocalypse is levels of success. So it's been pretty easy to pick up and twist and move in any way we want. Dylan's been very cool with like homebrewing some stuff, and it slips in very easily with any homebrew that we've come up with as well. So it's been great. It's been really cool.
Nice.
I honestly highly recommend getting it. Not sponsored yet. Hopefully they will sponsor me. But even without sponsorship, I highly recommend at the very least checking it out.
Awesome, excellent. Well, I got to say, and you can correct me if I'm wrong here, but I kind of remember somewhere in the background in sort of when we were green room chatting a little bit when you were on our one shot of Medical Bay 3 those years ago, that something about that because in that game everyone is a doctor. I seem to remember you're saying something to the effect that you'd always kind of wanted to play the Doctor from Doctor Who, that there was a this was as close as you felt you could get at that time. Playing a doctor on Medical Bay 3.
I forgot I said that. I did.
We
went full circle.
So yes, exactly, and this is why I take such unmitigated glee in watching you play this role, because I'm just every time that I tune in and I see you in there as the doctor, I'm like, he made it.
God, I forgot. I did say that. Because that's been a thing I wanted for a very long time.
And so I'm so happy. I am so happy you've gotten to do it, and
thank you.
So glad it's now a thing. It's on there, and you can you're a doctor. You're the doctor.
Yeah,
you're one of the doctors.
Yeah,
it's brilliant.
It's canon. Sorry, BBC. It's canon now.
Yeah, no, it's canon. Awesome, excellent. All right. Well, if folks want to find this show, where should they go?
They can find it on The Lady May. That's The Lady May MEA on Twitch, or on Law Everlasting on YouTube. That's run by The Lady May. That's LOREEVERLASTING. It's called the Doctor Who: The Many Hearts Project. And it's a lot of fun. We play very wild, zany. It's a very zany series. Hopefully we'll be coming back, but this first season is definitely more of a, hey, this is what we're doing. Not too high of a stake or anything like that. Just jump in whenever and you'll enjoy it. Excellent.
And where can folks find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Draconix. That's DRAKONIQUES. I stream all over the place, so finding me there is the best place to figure out what I'm doing at any given moment. But I'll see you there. And also I apologize in advance for any cursed tweets I make, because I do a lot of those. Sometimes I just forget that people see them.
It's life. No, it's wonderful. It's wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with us. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
It's just a joy getting to talk to you again. And folks, I am now going to throw things over to my future self. Please take care, and we will see you all of a sudden. We have returned. For good or ill.
All right, welcome back. Before we left, there was a clay hand that slapped itself on the edge of the oubliette.
Okay, quick question. How wet is this clay hand?
Somewhat wet. Think about digging too deep in Midwest soil and hitting clay.
Ew, okay. Also that voice.
Oh no. Oh no. Does it look... It is clay. Does it look sculpted?
Somewhat.
Oh dear. Okay. I'm just going to be fascinated by this thing as I'm just sort of staring at it. Just because it's just like, that's... Huh.
Imagine you sculpted something and then you threw it away because you didn't like it.
Oh no.
But it still has the shape of whatever, whatever it mushed onto the ground as.
Laurel's gonna squat down and go, "What? Hello? Is there like an arm that we can see?"
Yes, an arm slowly pulls itself up, and attached to that arm is a face. Not a shoulder, a face.
I'm guessing you really like those muffins? Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no.
Laurel's going to clasp the hand and kind of lift it out because this is like a struggle. That's the whole thing, right? Just an arm with a face attached.
Well, it's an arm with a face attached, and if you look below, there's actually. Let me turn off my voice so I can explain this.
So there's a stretchy blob that's kind of think someone dropping gum. Like somebody's been chewing gum for too long, but it's still wet and it kind of separates and drops, and you still have like that dangling ribbon of gum. So attached to the rest of that is attached to the end of that blob is another couple set of faces and or mouths and maybe some nostrils. All those things are not making one face. Those are all separate features on separate blobs that are part of one big blob.
Oh, and I'm holding it. Oh, God. Hey there. What's your name? I'm looking at the biggest face.
Feed.
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
I'm sorry. Feed. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna set it down and like wipe it off on like the lower part of my pants, and I'm just gonna dump the rest of the muffins just like on it and around it.
You don't think this is like a Little Shop of Horrors situation where like we're Seymour?
Yeah.
You know what? I haven't seen that in a minute. How's that movie end again, Max?
Not well.
Not well.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you dump all the muffins down, several mouths sort of birth themselves and grab onto muffins and or muffin fragments, and gangrenous tongues fly out to kind of window wash at the crumbs.
So, my apologies, Chris. I don't know what this is.
It's a little homunculus type of guy.
Yeah,
Is that what that's called?
Maybe.
It's not that little, is it? It's just that we only see a part of it, right?
Yeah, and as you are speaking about it, it starts to bubble and swell.
Mm.
And just below the edge of the hole, it bursts. And you can see a number of long maggot-like larvae falling down into the oubliette until you can no longer see them.
What if we left? What if we left? We're supposed to meet that guy at the
I'm
diner
going
in the
to-
morning. What if we left? What if we left? I'm so sorry about your home, but
I have placed my hands on either side of the sculpture. I am attempting to get in touch with it to find out how to close the hole.
Oh yes, you can make a roll based on that thing I sent you.
I shall.
anytime this thing looks agitated, I'm going to go to my bag of snacks and just like crumble them up a little bit, but only when it acts crazy. So that's my duty right now, while Chris is doing what he's doing.
Let's hope. Oh, good. Good. That's good. Sort of good. It's close. Excellent. No, that's enough. I got a 13, which is choose one option.
Yep.
The option I think I need to choose here. This would probably be. Well, I figured this would either be closing this hole. The closest I can think would be like either finding a particular place or stealing my senses. I feel like it's one of those two. Or I might try. It could be the opposite of find a portal back. I'm not sure.
I think stealing your senses, I'll say, would be the appropriate response here, as you try to figure out the best way to seal it. And as you steal your senses, something comes to you. The sculpture whispers to you, "Blood of the opener. Blood of the opener."
Ah. On you or on the opening?
On the opening, on the edge, blood of the opener.
Got it. Okay. Oh, this will be interesting. Look,
Just talking to his sculpture friend.
Laurel, I say, I'm still looking at the sculpture.
Yeah, as I open up the thing of Pringles and just like let them come out the tube. Mm-hmm.
I've got my phone back up and I'm sending Laurel a text.
Okay.
And the
okay.
text says, apparently, as I'm trying to figure out how to close this, and the sculpture thinks to close it, it needs some of your blood around the edge of the opening. You should put some of your blood on the edge of the opening.
Okay. Do you have, you know what? You have all kinds of sharps. Do you have a clean?
I just sort of vaguely gesture toward my one of my desks where you can see there are it has a bunch of pointy things on it, neatly organized.
If you have a clean, sterile one, I don't want to walk away from this little guy.
Oh, sure, yeah. Let me take care of that. I can sterilize it. And
okay, cool. And then I'm gonna open up my thing of carrots and garlic hummus. Boop.
Just quickly grabbing my med kit, and then also the one of the. I'm just basically. I'm heating up a. I feel like I have little things that can little puncture things that can puncture through the very thin metal walls of like a little tiny sculpture, that kind of thing.
Oh yeah, like an awl.
An awl. Yeah, which I've probably heated the end of this awl up before, so it's probably sterile. But I'll make double sure, and then just sort of like heat it for a second, and then turn it. Make sure that it's good. Get my other stuff. Prepare
Is
to
this
bring
thing
it
getting
over.
bigger as I feed it, by the way? Or is it?
It's just not getting bigger. It's just bursting. As it feeds, it bursts, and more of the larvae fall down into the hole.
As long as they're all going into the hole, Also, Chris, do you have like a rug? Like, I'm looking around.
I did. I used to. It really tied the room together. I've got a.
Chris, what?
Yeah, I've got a doormat. Would doormat be okay?
Yeah, I'm just thinking, like, what if we roll? I'm feeling maybe we've had similar college days, and then I do the thing you said on the phone, and he like holds up his phone like you don't know what the message says. He's like, yeah, does that make sense? Do you pick up what I'm putting down? Because I'm running low on snacks. I have unpopped popcorn left.
Yeah, so
and some cookies.
I feel as though Chris might understand what you're saying, but Jim unfortunately did not. Had a very boring extracurricular.
I just wanted to roll the creature up in the rug and stuff it down the hole before bleeding on it.
Sure. You gotta, you can grab a. I've got like a. I can use like I either have a decorative. Probably the doormat might not be big enough. If not, there's probably a decorative wall hanging here.
Yeah, you have like you got some kind of like, gaming related tapestry that somebody bought you for a holiday.
Oh, cool.
Or birthday.
Yeah. Like, yeah, I kind of look up at the tapestry.
We can get you a new one. I'm so sorry. Do you mind draping it over this little guy?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, and then we do that.
Basically, I'm gonna set the all down. And I'm like, it's ready.
Yeah. That goes down. Laurel kicks the thing into the hole and then does a little poke and then rubs his finger on the edge of it.
Yeah, you salt that hole like the edge of a margarita glass, and it closes right up.
I feel a little bad.
You had to wipe blood on it? Gross.
Yeah. Blood of the opener.
Yeah.
I will touch the sides of the sculpture again, and I'll say thank you.
Did the
I like how Max was kind of like chilling during all of this. Oh my god.
Kind of. Yeah.
I think she was just staring confused.
Yeah.
Two grown men feeding a clay face arm. Talking about a college day.
Well, that was great. We did the sculpture told you that?
Yeah, I asked.
Oh. So it's speaking to you?
Not right now, no, but I've after Laurel did what he did, I figured out where I think the best positioning to talk to it, I think.
I feel like I should be more appalled, but it worked.
Yeah. I feel bad for whoever that was, but they shouldn't have been thrown away. They were beautiful, but at the same time,
they were not even like hug cute, like ugly cute. They were like just ugly.
Well, it's just what it represented, though. Maybe, possibly, there were so many possibilities for that. Anyway, yeah.
They were insatiable. What would you feed them?
Yeah, that was the problem.
Probably eating human flesh. I mean, that just seems like that would be like, on par for the course for the
it's hard to know
day we're having.
I mean, it liked the muffins, I think, but at the same time, it's you gotta. I mean, it probably. Who knows how often it gets to eat. Whatever that. Okay.
Yeah, let's not think too much about it.
Yeah, we gotta be careful with the. Yeah. Touching
didn't anticipate
kind of pointy thing.
I didn't know it was gonna be so stabby.
Well, it's. Yeah. I was just trying to make an accurate rep. I'll I'll keep it kind of over there, and he'll like go over and he'll clear off on like a sort of a desk where he normally puts plans in the back, and he will very carefully pick up and move the sculpture to the desk, and be like, well, that was something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. I think you folks really, I'm glad you came over, because that would have really been something. Something else. I'd had to find that out on my own. I appreciate it.
Sure thing.
You yeah, sorry, go ahead.
What's our next steps then?
Well, I gotta pick up acetylene in a few hours. And I'm hoping to get some information about what the hell's going on. I was planning to just take him back to his house. I think, even though that's kind of scary right now, but hoping can kind of find more out, maybe. And that's at like 7, and then we're meeting that guy, right? And so gesturing to Laurel.
Yeah. So I told him to meet us at the diner at 9.
Okay. Yeah, I can call in and be late today. I don't think it's gonna be a big deal. They're usually pretty chill about it. Typically, it's not like high season right now, so we're probably I just can't make a habit of it. That's the important thing.
Well, if you tell them you're sick, that'll give you a couple days, right? If we need it.
Hopefully, yeah. I mean, they've got there's another groundskeeper. They can help out if need be. I just got to let them know. Should probably call and leave a message now, actually, just so they've got time. Chris is going to call in to work. Is going to call in sick to his current place of employment, which is the Victoria Gardens, and just kind of leave a message, because he doesn't expect anyone to pick up. It's like horribly early, but he'll kind of let them know he's under the weather and can't make it and can't make it in today.
While this is all going on, Laurel's gonna get some paper towels and clean up your floor a little bit. And then just muttering curses to himself about the labyrinth and the statue and how that all sucks.
So roughly how much time do we have between now and when we need to go pick up the name escapes me, the
Acetylene or Liam Alvaro, if you want his real name.
acetylene? Yeah, when do we need to go pick up acetylene?
7.
So like, how much time is that from where we currently are?
Well, it's been a few hours since Chris started his thing, and it took you about maybe 45 minutes to get together and get over his place. So it's about 4 a.m. at this point.
We should at least try to rest. If we can't sleep, at least shut our eyes for a little bit.
Yeah, sure. If anyone wants to take the bed, you can. I point up. I've got kind of like it's sort of up in the loft. So I just point up to the loft. You can feel free to. And I've got this couch here, and we got this futon here, if anyone wants it.
Great.
I can take the futon. I just need something next to a power outlet, you know?
Yeah. I'll take the couch. You take your bed. I wouldn't feel right.
You sure? I don't know. I don't know how much sleep I'm actually going to get. I can give it a try.
I'm not sure I'm going to get any either.
All right.
Hey, Chris, real quick. I wanted to talk about.
Oh, yeah.
She looks at Laurel. I don't care if you're here. You've been here for the whole blow up and everything. Look, I just want you to know there's no hard feelings about the whole Val thing. Neither of us knew. And just want you to be happy. That's all.
Oh. That really sucked what happened to you. That shouldn't I'm gonna have to talk to her.
Yeah.
But also, by the way, thank you for the raiders who just came. speaking of Val, I think that I suspect she may be among them. I hope the game went well. Thank you for coming. Blake Answer Away just raided. Awesome. Please, by the way, I will just mention Blake
Welcome.
Answer Away had just raided. They're actually very, very worthy cause. As basically things go toward dealing with cancer. So please check out their channel, because that is how they do their various charity games. So please go and they've spoken in chat. Go click on that and go check that out right now. That said,
Heck yeah.
but I will come back and I'll say, yeah, I have a lot of. I mean, I haven't even been able to think much about it since. I'm still a little bit in shock, but at the same time, I mean, yeah, I appreciate that. I thank you. It's kind of like in some ways it's kind of like loving a comet. If that makes any sense, you know?
Yeah.
Because, you know, in many ways she's just brilliant. And sometimes I don't know. Maybe sometimes I don't think. When we kind of get into, especially when it was early on, there was a lot that was, she was a muse, and it was, well, I don't know. Don't need to. Yeah, but yeah, now that, I don't know, I'm just basically gonna have to have a long talk with her and figure this out, because that's not right. I'm so sorry.
It's really fine. I should have known. Looking back, it seemed pretty obvious, but
I mean, you know, it's every relationship is unique, and so it's very, you know, no two are going to really look the same.
true. It matters more that you're happy. I hope that you are.
I mean, we've had our moments. I'll say that at least.
Sometimes
I
moments
hope.
are all we got.
Yeah, tell me about it. Well, I know, I sincerely hope you find whatever moments you're looking for.
Yeah, me too.
He just sort of glances back over at the desk and he's like, it's like, I'd Normally I'd respond to this kind of thing. Normally I'd respond to this kind of thing by making making a little sort of sculpture gift representing this kind of thing. But maybe right now is not a great time. He says, just sort of looking back at the Labyrinth sculpture.
I'm sure there will be plenty of times in our friendship where there will be plenty of opportunities for a sculpture that represents something.
Yeah.
I look
yeah.
forward to more of them.
Thanks.
I mean, hopefully they're not this bad. Hopefully,
Yeah,
good.
hopefully not. Hopefully not. I mean, well, I don't know. We haven't asked it for relationship advice yet, but maybe that'll help. Who knows?
It's like a magic 8-ball.
Yeah, you never know. You never know. Okay, I'm making less and less sense. I'm going to bed.
Yeah,
Get some rest.
sure.
Those of you who go to bed and go to sleep, you find the rest of the night uneventful. No stray clay hands, no yawning oubliettes, and the morning sun banishes the terrible night. Some might be awake earlier than others because they have errands to run. Is anyone accompanying you, Chris, on your errand to go pick up Mr. Alvaro?
You're welcome to.
I think that Max is probably horrified, does not want to go, but also doesn't want Chris to go on his own. So in the very least, she might be there, but outside.
For Laurel, it's obvious he didn't sleep. He gets really terrible night terrors, so sleep isn't really easy for him. So he's just been idly watching repeat YouTube videos that he really likes to try and relax and calm down a little bit. So he elects to stay behind.
So Chris's car, the only vehicle he has, is an art car. And I haven't. There was one that was made actually around here that I haven't been able to find pictures of. That kind of is close to representing it, but basically it's. And actually, it wasn't even. Oh, I remember now. I remember how I wanted. Oh, holy crap! Thank you, anonymous gifter, very much. For the gift subs. That is awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. That is wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's kind of like the car is kind of like if someone had welded steel girders on, or some things that are meant to look like steel girders, but in a smaller sort of in a smaller sense, sort of a miniature sort of version. It's basically like someone has like, say if you put, imagine if you will, sort of a foam gun, foam guns that, can that have some distance on them and you can shoot foam out with them. So imagine if someone did that, except what comes out is parts of the Eiffel Tower. So along especially one side in the roof and a little bit around where the hood is, you see this car has like gears and girders and things also attached to it, and so it's got Eiffel Tower looking girders on it on the outside. It also has gear looking things on the outside and just sort of metal attachments, and looks very much like a looks kind of like a weird sort of either steam or maybe steampunk chariot might be the best way to describe kind of the look, but it is like a regular car. Otherwise it's not like an expensive classic car exactly per se. I mean, he got an older I think I picked out the model one day, and now I've forgotten what it was. But so it's like a. Oh yeah, I think I remember. I think it's like a an old used Cadillac Eldorado type deal.
Mhm.
So there's a lot of surface area basically to work with. And but it drives. It works fine. It's, it's an older car.
It's the most cursed car I've
It's
ever
very
heard.
conspicuous, though.
It is very conspicuous.
Gotcha.
And basically that is it. That is the thing that he is going to be driving to the hospital in. Because that is his vehicle.
We're gonna have to make a video once this is all over. Make a video of us just getting reactions of people
Yeah.
when we drive around in this. Because
Entirely possible. You might have seen this car before, especially if you've been to his workshop. But he's been doing work on it probably since the last time.
I like the idea of people in the area knowing you more for your vehicle versus your art.
Sadly,
I just
probably that's
imagine-
the case.
they just after this set up this like kooky sort of like vlog squad of just like weirdos. They're all just weirdos that just vlog together and do weird stuff instead of like weird pranks and stuff. What's up? I'm here today to drive around this strange art car. It looks like steampunk on wheels. Let's go.
Then a guy in the back pies somebody and he yells, "Pranked!"
Got him.
Sheesh. But that's how he says it, like the whitest way. I'm sorry. I hate this vlog squad that we've made up.
I love it.
It's of equal parts kooky and irritating.
Yeah. Well, we'll drive to the patient pickup area if it's there.
Yeah, you definitely can drive to the patient pickup area. Sitting outside with a large burly porter who is not a nun is Mr. Alvaro, the acetylene.
I'm going to get out and I'm going to step forward and sort of look at the orderly, look down at acetylene. I'm like, "Hey, how are you doing?"
Shit, man, I've been better.
That was a hell of a knock you took from that doorknob.
Fuck, I don't know, man. I thought I knew better. I thought I knew me better. I thought I knew better, but hey, it's all right, man. You're here. I
Okay.
appreciate you.
Well, I'm glad you're okay. Hey, so they gave me your address. We can get there. I'm gonna open the back. I'm gonna get him into the back, I think. And it's a 4-door. Go ahead and get him. See if we can get him into the back. Do we need to bring if we need to bring the wheelchair, there's probably a way to do that.
Yeah, it's foldable.
Okay. Yeah, that'll be fine. Yeah, we'll yeah. I've tried to keep the car. I have tried to keep the car accessible. So basically bringing him in through the side that doesn't have the girders on it, and just basically like,
fuck, man, I appreciate you, man. Just like,
okay,
fuck.
Yeah. Well, no, it's all right. Well, we're gonna take you home. He's gonna kind of, as he's kind of getting him in, closing the door, side door, and then sort of thanking the orderly and getting in the driver's seat again, closing, and he'll just sort of so hey, this is Max. I don't know if you know Max.
Oh, hey Max, how's it going? Like this you guys thing? That's pretty cool.
Oh,
Nice.
No, we're
man,
friends.
Nice.
No,
No, we're just
Okay, cool. Yeah, cool.
I'm gonna start driving. So listen, we gotta talk about some things, man. You up to talk for a little
Yeah,
bit?
man. Yeah, I can talk, man. Just they gave me some stuff for the pain, but like, yeah, we can
Good,
talk,
good.
man.
Okay.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. So this hospital that we're just leaving now. Do you remember, were we there a couple of nights ago?
Fuck, of course we were there, man. Me,
Yeah.
you, and like in the door inside
Yeah.
of me.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Just fuck.
And now, do you remember if the hospital was abandoned or if it was like this?
What? I mean, that was a different hospital, right, man? Yeah, we were in this like banged up, like hollowed out piece of
Abandoned.
shit, right?
Yeah. Okay, I gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I had to be. I mean, in fact, that was the same hospital, man. Yeah.
Huh. Oh, okay.
Right.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well,
Where are we?
well,
Whatever.
there's that's the thing. It's some weird stuff has been happening.
I mean,
And
nothing weird having a doorknob inside of your spleen, man.
I mean, that's true. No, that's very weird. That's really weird. The thing is, so right, yeah. Did you so we actually
what?
went by and saw your place just so we could know how to get back there?
Oh, that's cool, man. Cool, man.
Yeah. And so just so you'll know, and as we're sort of, I don't know, we're driving. It was just so you'll know, it was open.
Oh fuck, man. Shit. Did I leave the door open?
Yeah, you kind of left it. So I mean, it wasn't obvious. I say, and I'm kind of looking at him in the rear view mirror as I'm saying this.
He's vibing out the music that you are not playing.
Yeah. I'm like, I saw you've had quite a few pictures. You have and you have of some of my stuff. You've got
Oh shit, that's so
Yeah.
embarrassing, man. I'm a big fan, Chris. You're
I didn't know you were the one who ended up with the casualty. He says that
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know, man. That shit spoke to me, man. Like on like this this deep like level. It's like, I don't know, it's
Right.
like you're like, this like it's like you were vibing on a level that like I couldn't even like begin to touch, man. And like I don't know. I needed to possess that piece to just get like a fraction of what you were vibing on, man.
It makes perfect sense. The vibes, obviously.
I mean, I don't know how
The
it happened.